boy, the Cowboys are about to beat the Browns by 50. We'll set the stage for you. I'm Jeff Kavanaugh along with Aisha Morrison. This is the DLLS Cowboys podcast pregame show. Two eyes in the sky.
Yeah.
You need the matchups to watch. She's got them. Meow. Football.
Yo.
Let's get ready to play real football.
I'm hype. I'm hype.
What if I'm hype?
I don't know. It's not normal for you to be hype.
If you're in the chat, let us know if you're hype. The Cowboys and Browns are going to kick off here in about a half hour. And you better believe we got people with boots on the ground in Cleveland. We'll talk to Joe Hoyt, one of our beat writers, here in just a second. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get you ready for Cowboys Browns. And it's going to be a lovely experience. We'll also go around the NFL a little bit and get you ready for that. Yep. And in the chat, we encourage you to fire in questions you may have, comments, concerns, anything about that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. I am Jeff Kavanaugh, and it's nice to see you.
Yep.
She is Aisha Morrison, and I think it's nice for her to see you.
Hi.
And I actually I think one of the biggest storylines in the chat is that Vach Lombardi is in the chat. World famous Cowboys analyst, probably the best in the world. Oh, he's going to be on our postgame show. Yeah, he's part of our postgame show.
Yeah,
he's also awkwardly sitting in the corner. Yeah, he's also sitting awkwardly in the corner.
In the corner.
Kevin Gray's in the chat. Thank you to everybody who's here. Please mash the like and subscribe. That we surely would appreciate.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you want to talk about Cowboys football?
Yes.
And the Browns?
I'm ready.
Okay. We're going to talk about it a lot, and we've already talked about it a lot, but I still think it's one of the biggest stories of the day is the Cowboys are going to be playing maybe the best defense in football a year ago, if not, certainly one of, and a defensive line that is hell on wheels, and the Cowboys are going to run out a rookie left tackle and a rookie center. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out. I mean, these guys are kind of getting thrown into the fire. The Cowboys have quite a few rookies that are going to be starting today. You also have Marshawn Nealon, Kalen Carson. He dealt with some type of a knee during the week, but it sounds like he's good to go. Yo, you really depending on your young guys this game.
And also, even I would throw in Terrence Steele, because I know that if you're the Browns, and I picture Myles Garrett as a guy, I know that he plays the right of their defense most often. So that would be against Tyler Guyton.
You're skipping.
At what?
You're skipping. You asked me for some matchups, and I'm already you already there with me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, check this out. Yeah. Two eyes in the sky. Mm-hmm. Two eyes in the sky. Aisha's matchups to watch. Mm-hmm. 10, 15 minutes away.
It's coming.
How about that?
If Jeff doesn't beat me to it.
10 or 15 minutes away.
You're just good at football.
Dak signed a big contract, and that was fun.
Yo. This was a good morning. I need them to win today because to get that done and over with, I felt like everyone was just kind of relieved. I know it's kind of been coming down the pipeline through the weekend that it was a possibility, but to see it come across your screen, I got a little hype. I scared my cat.
Okay. Congratulations to Dak on making the most money ever. Let's go ahead and visit the city of Cleveland. Let's go check in because one of our buddies who you see on this show every day, Joe Hoyt, is in Cleveland right now, and we say hello to Joe.
What's up, man?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
We're kicking butt. You want to set the scene for us, or you want to talk about Dak with us?
Yeah.
No, let's set the scene a little bit. I want to talk first about my Uber driver on the way here. Her name was Kim. Sweet lady, lifelong Clevelander. She told me, hey, anything can happen in the dog pound. Just remember that. And I think that's kind of a good idea for going into today's game. There's going to be a lot of unknowns. One thing we know is no Jack Conklin today as well to go with Jedrick Wills, which means the Browns are down 2 starting offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm. Oh, which means that Micah Parsons will have how many sacks, Joe?
Yeah, well, you take away 2 starters, you do the math, you carry the 1, maybe 6. No, but I mean, I think it'll be a race to 3 between him and Myles Garrett.
Oh, no. Don't you put that evil on us. But yeah, that'll obviously be one of the big matchups to watch is who's able to handle 2 of the best pass rushers in the NFL better.
Yeah.
Was that a
No, yeah. I mean, I was looking at Conklin being out is a big deal. They do have DeJuan Jones over there at right tackle. He's going to do his job. But, yeah, it's there should be some opportunities to take advantage of their tackles this game, but they could be saying the same thing about us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And they're at home. I mean, look, the thing is, it's weird because I feel really confident about this game that the Cowboys are going to win it, but Vegas has them as the underdog. So, like, they're telling me that I am an insane person. So, Joe, going into this thing, do you have a sense of how Cowboy folks are feeling about this thing? Because I feel great.
Yeah, I think they feel good too and confident, but also, I mean, as you guys talked about, this Browns defense is loaded, blue chip players at every single level. Zadarius Smith going up against Terrence Steele is kind of the matchup we haven't really talked about, but I think it's a one to watch. I asked Mike McCarthy yesterday or 2 days ago now how Terrence Steele has been looking. You know, he had a full off season. What's that done for him mentally? He said he's in the best mental place that he's been in the last year. He feels good. I'm excited to see that matchup today as well. One thing, I saw Kalen Carson walking around. He looked good. I wouldn't really worry about the knee heading into today's game.
Okay. I wanted to add, I actually touched base with Terrence Steele when I went into the locker room this week, and I mentioned to him, you know, how much Zadarius Smith is not some bendy edge rusher. He does have some flexibility, but he really wins with speed to power.
Less of this.
Yeah, less of, absolutely. Just, I'm stronger than you. I'm going to go through you. He also can break your hands down. So I was talking to Terrence Steele, and I was like, how do you counteract a guy that powerful that's trying to get you off, you know, get you to overset or whatever? And he was like, he has to feel my power first. We know that Terrence Steele is not the most powerful tackle. So I think getting him involved in the run game builds confidence with him, especially these guys are guys you got to wear down as the game goes on. You can't just drop back every play and let these guys just have free releases to your quarterback. So I'm looking for Terrence Steele to come out and be a little bit more authoritative in this game. Let them know you here, big dog.
Joe, do you, like I saw from Mike McCarthy, I believe it was yesterday, but he said the same thing last year, and it was a lie, thank God, that they were going to be good at the running game and committed to the running game, et cetera, and then they realized they couldn't do it, and they're like, hey, Dak, go save us. Do we anticipate that will be something that they want to do in this game on the road against great pass rushers?
Yeah, I think that's something they're going to try to at least establish. I mean, you know, they're going to have Brevin Spanford active today. You know, he's more of a blocking guy that, you know, instead of obviously John Stevens, who's out, he's out with an injury. I mean, you got to go against this defense with the run because that's the only way Dak Prescott's going to have time against that pass rush. And I think that they're going to really try to establish that early on.
Can I, Joe, one more question for you from me. How have you gotten a sense of what the crowd is going to be like? Are the Cleveland fans crazy? It's going to be silent count all day.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard more barking than a dog park out here. It's been a lot of barking. So I think it's going to be a great crowd, great jersey matchup. I think the environment's going to be great for a season opener.
Yeah, that's something that I'm trying to pay attention to is you got a new center on the road, communication. You got a young tackle on far on the outside. Now, I will say...
All silent count.
Listen, all silent count. I know that, but we do know Zach Martin's not going to let BB fail. He's going to communicate. And we also know Tyler Smith really took on a lot more of a leadership role last year. I think the communication is going to be important going into this game. Also, you know, Cleveland likes to do twist stunts and things like that. They try to free up Myles Garrett to come through and stuff. So let's see how these young offensive linemen handle this today.
Joe, enjoy it, and we'll catch up with you in the postgame. How about that?
Sounds good. I'll see you guys later.
Bye, homie.
See you, Joe. It's crazy how it's because like you're doing sports talk and you're trying to find the most interesting or intriguing or whatever things, and just like we talk about left tackle and we talk about center and we talk about the right tackle, and one of the biggest things from like training camp and through all of preseason to me was if you went out there and you just watched the Cowboys offensive line practice all day. And you're like, hey, who's the best one? No one would say Zach Martin.
It's Tyler Smith.
Everyone would say Tyler Smith. Like the amount that he has come since he has gotten into the league, he's a monster. He's unstoppable. Like you don't move him, you know, because sometimes when you're watching guys do 1-on-1 or 2-on-2, it's like, who won that rep? And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, he kind of walked him backwards, but it's kind of like, and with Tyler Smith, it's like, well, probably the guy who never moved.
Yeah.
Like he probably won.
It's clear.
So watching him this year is going to be a lot of fun. And then we'll get close to when his contract takes 3 years to figure out.
Please stop.
What?
Don't do that.
Well, yeah, I guess.
The interior, but to your point, the Cowboys, if Cooper Beebe comes along and plays well, their interior, clearly their strength of their offensive line. But I think they'll have the ability to dominate because all of those guys are athletic. Zach Martin's just a little, not as athletic
He's not
as
what he was, but he's still very
but
good.
he still can get to the second level, which is what this run game completely lacked last year, was the ability to get to the second level. And they didn't get much help from their tight ends either. So, but we're going to talk about that later. So I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Is that a tease?
I want to get ahead of myself.
To two eyes in the sky. I'm also excited to see what does Mike Zimmer's defense look like with real bullets flying. And,
Actually,
let's just stay tuned, baby.
Yeah, now that you
it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're also gonna take you around the NFL. We'll set you up with some of the matchups to watch, all of those different things, and all of that is actually going to be coming up next on the DLLS Cowboys pregame show. And before we get into all of that, I want to talk to you guys about my friends at Empire Today, who we have multiple studios here, but the beautiful outside one with the wood floors. Oh, Empire Today did those floors, of course. And you can go to empiretodaycom/DLLS for $350 off. So what are they? They're awesome. They're the best flooring company that there is because they have a great selection. But not so much that it's going to be like, oh, I don't know what to do. And you can picture it right there in your home. They've got ways for you to do that. They're awesome. We're getting you $350 off. And they are a trusted source. They're wonderful. They did our floors. You think we're messing around and just letting anybody do the floors out here? No. We went with Empire Today because they're absolutely the best. You can schedule a free in-home estimate today. And all listeners can receive a $350 off discount when you use the promo code DLLS. Restrictions apply. See empiretodaycom/DLLS for details. They're the best.
Shout out to the kids that didn't have cable. That's how we know the jingle.
Something, Empire.
It's not how it go. I'm not going to sing it.
I don't know the numbers.
I think it's 105,
Botch knows?
82, 300,
Empire.
Wait, I think it's 800. Yeah, today. And they sing it
Today.
together as a family. They
Empire.
all can sing.
Today.
Their harmony is tight.
Yeah.
I seen it. They were on TikTok.
That's like us.
Our harmony is tight?
Yeah. We're that good, right?
Yeah.
We're awesome.
I had never met Jeff, but I had been following Jeff and knew about Jeff. I had never met Jeff until what was that, a month ago? Not in person.
And now you know. That's me.
Okay.
We got audio.
Got your drop, dude.
Yes.
My bad. I know this mic is sick of me. All right.
If you're in the chat, your favorite matchup to watch, Cowboys, Browns, the one that you think might determine how this game's going to go, you can throw those at us. And we will have the two eyes in the sky, her matchups to watch to get you guys ready for Cowboys, Browns. Cowboys are going to win by 130 points and get this thing going. Well, and now it is time to go around the league, brought to you by our friends at Game Time. It's Game Time's look around the league. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DLLS for 20% off. Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time?
It is.
All right, I got scores. I got the biggest stories.
Okay.
Tyreek Hill got semi-arrested, almost kind of arrested on his way to the game today.
I'm going to try not to comment too much, but that seemed a little much.
We don't know what he did.
Seemed a little much.
He might not have been using his blinker.
Oh, wow.
He may have been speeding.
Yeah, that warrants concrete in face.
Of course.
No, it don't.
Yeah.
I'm going.
He might have told them, hey, chill out. It is weird to me that the one block from your home stadium in your really, really, really expensive car that you get pulled over and the cops aren't like, oh, you were speeding or you were driving recklessly, but have a great day.
Yeah.
Go get him, Tiger.
Yeah.
I want my hometown officers within a block of the stadium to just look.
Clearly in Miami-Dade,
sorry
they do
he
not
went
care.
fast.
They do not care.
Let him go to the game.
They clearly don't care at all.
And Tyreek Hill went out there, and do you think that it affected him?
No, I'm sure he's...
I need to get his exact stats pulled up, but I watched him score a 17,000-yard touchdown. So he's still able to be...
17?
Yeah, he went far and fast.
Let's see.
That's 17-17 right now, Dolphins and Jags. And Tyreek Hill has 7 catches for 130 and a tutty. So,
and Jalen Waddle, I think, went out with a concussion, so they probably targeted him a lot.
Oh yeah, that's you know what? I figure we do just run through all the scores because
I'm down for it.
They're not finals. Most of them aren't finals yet, but you do need to know what's going on. Everybody know. You guys know that the Chiefs beat the Ravens 27-20 on Thursday. The Eagles beat the Packers on Friday, 34-29. But here's the good news: if you're a Cowboy fan. Do I say it?
Don't say it.
Jalen Hurts.
Oh.
If Jesse were here, Jesse Holly, he might say trash.
We're going to get kicked off the air.
They scored 34, but Jalen Hurts tried to lose the game. And the Packers wouldn't let him. And that was really nice of the Packers, who are going to be without Jordan Love for 3 to 6 weeks. Wow. Sprained MCL. The Eagles have such a good team. Such a good team.
Their secondary not good.
Their secondary's not good, and their quarterback's not very good.
Their linebackers is better. McCoy Dean.
What was that? What is that voice? Their linebackers.
Oh, let me get myself together.
Yeah. Their linebackers. Tell me about their linebackers.
Linebackers look better. What's the guy's name? It's not Bo. It's something else.
Who?
I don't know. They had a guy that was flying around.
Oh.
And I can't remember his last name is, but yeah, their linebacker core looked like it's all right. We've been waiting for Nakobe Dean to show himself.
We have. Loved him in college.
But that's about it.
The Saints are beating the Panthers 47-10.
I seen that. The Saints is whooping on those people.
The Panthers are terrible.
We know. And I really feel for C.J. Stroud, man.
You mean for Bryce Young?
No, Bryce Young, rather.
You should feel for the Panthers for not picking C.J. Stroud.
Facts. Because his size, we see smaller quarterbacks come into the league or whatever the case may be. But his size, that offensive line doesn't help. But his size really seems like it's affecting their ability to play offense.
If you look like a little kid, but your team's good and you're balling, then it doesn't matter, right? Like Kyler looks cute out there. He's having a great time.
Oh, little Eminem.
But Bryce, because they're also playing terrible, you're like, why is the kid on the field?
Oh, my God.
That's so awful.
I feel so bad for him.
So that is 47-10. The Vikings beat the Giants 28-6. If you were wondering, is this the year that the Giants get a little bit better and start being better competition? You don't just get to beat them twice. No. Daniel Jones is still there. They're awful.
Why did they sign Daniel Jones?
I can't help you with that. That
Don't
wasn't my
nobody
decision.
have a plausible explanation as to why they would sign Daniel Jones? And I know the market, but they didn't have to sign him.
No, but there
were better options even in this draft.
Well, yeah.
They were low.
I can't help you. I don't know.
It's so confounding.
Sam Darnold was really good for the Vikings. That won't last. But Sam Darnold was really good.
Yeah, I saw people talk about he balled out today.
Aaron Jones was really good as well.
The Bengals.
Patriots 16-10 over the Bengals. And if we're just doing hot takes left and right, if you guys want me to do that. Joe Burrow, overrated. And I would imagine Jamar Chase wasn't great for my fantasy team. But that's an embarrassing loss to start the season. And
I don't know what to say. Didn't he hurt his wrist or something?
Who?
Joe Burrow.
Probably. He hurts himself all the time.
No, not now, but he was hurt. And they said it was something that could he can get it fixed, but it's going to change how he throws the football.
That would make sense because people have made excuses for Joe Burrow the whole career.
Barnacles. The Patriots defense looks like it's serious.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which is not surprising, but okay.
Steelers-Falcons. Steelers win 18-10 over the Falcons.
Man,
so
Kirk Cousins went out there and
not so good.
It wasn't that good.
No.
Kyle Pitts got a touchdown.
Kyle Pitts, he's on my fantasy team too.
I saw it and I was so happy, but at the same time I was like, dang, Kirk Cousins is still bad. Because I just want Kyle Pitts to flourish. It makes me sad. Like when
his touchdown was great. Nobody covered him. He just ran that way, and then he turned around and he did like this at Kirk for
and
like
that might
a
be
while.
the only one he get for a while.
Oh,
and
that's
it's
unfortunate.
Sad.
So yeah, Steelers over the Falcons. Texans are up on the Colts 29-27.
What quarter is it?
It is fourth quarter, under 2 minutes left. Texans have the ball and a 2-point lead. Anthony Richardson threw an oh my God touchdown.
It was sick.
66 yards in the air with like 3 people hanging on him. It was nuts. Josh Allen farted around like he always does, turned the ball over early like he always does. The Cardinals were beating the Bills for a good chunk of that game, and then the Bills ended up winning because Josh Allen's really good at football.
Is he?
Yes. You think Josh Allen's overrated?
I don't think.
Say it.
I think he also confuses me. Zach Bond, that's the linebacker's name. Thank you so much. He confuses me because
he turns the ball over a lot and he's crazy?
Yeah, it's chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
There's no control in his play.
Mm-hmm.
And as the quarterback, you're supposed to be the person that controls what's going on. So whereas, I think he's talented, he's neglectful of his team.
He's a psycho.
I mean, we need him to be insane a little bit for his teammates' sake.
I don't know. He might be one of those guys that you just can't. You don't get to pick.
You just deal with the chaos.
Yes.
And then
because it's how you get the good.
But you get bad sometimes too.
Yeah, like he had a fumble where he was just trying to do everything in the pocket, and they knocked the ball out, and boo, we lost the ball. And then he does it 4 more times. 3 of them are runs for 40 yards, and one of them's a touchdown of 60 yards. And it's just like, okay, fine, do what you need to do, dude.
Okay,
we'll deal with it.
I'm gonna let you. You got it.
Bears over the Titans, 24-17.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Titans looked like they were going to win that game. What they say, running back Moses had that Titans running game.
Bill Callahan?
Yeah, Bill Callahan.
Did you know that Simone Biles' husband scored a touchdown?
I saw he had a pick six, and that's
it was a block punt touchdown, unless he had another one.
Oh, no, okay, then maybe I was wrong.
Yeah.
But that's where it went downhill for them. It looked like the Titans were going to win this game, and then Will Levis was like, hey, you want some stats? So, here we are.
That's our Game Time look around the league. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code DLLS for 20% off. Yes, 20% off. $20 off. Don't listen. Symbols are hard.
What?
It's $20 off.
Oh.
Download Game Time today. What time is it? Game Time. Okay. We're back to our Cowboys and Browns. We're previewing this thing. We have Aisha Morrison, our analyst, our X's and O's, our film junkie. And I asked you for the 2-eye in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Get it? Because cameras, the eye in the sky, 2 eyes, Aisha.
It's me.
To hit me with your matchups of the day.
All right. Well, so I have 3. You already kind of touched on one a little bit, but it's the Cowboys tight ends and the tackles versus the Browns edges. I think these tight ends are going to have to help out, chip, do some things. But I think they need to be able to win their matchups as well. So I think that this offensive line, like I talked about, the outside guys, but also the tight ends helping out are going to be important. How much are they going to be able to help out? Because you need receiving options with this secondary that Cleveland plays. So that's one of my key matchups. Also, Dak and the Dallas wide receivers versus this second. Tater tots.
Time out, go backwards.
Okay.
Do you think that anyone other than Jake Ferguson is going to be actually useful?
Why do you have to do this to me?
You can just turn around and ask it to me. I'm not afraid.
No.
I worry about that they have one. I heard in your tone
that you don't believe it.
Like Jake Ferguson's a dude. By the end of this year, like on Madden, he was like the 21st ranked tight end. That's stupid.
Right.
By the end of the year, talk about the top tight ends in football. Probably not the top, but in the top 10 for sure. Like Jake Ferguson's all up in there.
Right.
But all of these other guys throughout camp and then preseason was a little better for some guys at different times. But I was like, man, they only got one tight end.
Yeah, it was disappointing. I think that we had expectations or, hopes for this tight end room, and maybe somebody will show themselves, holy crap, that tight end 2 position is just wide open and nobody want to take it.
Nobody snatched it. So to your point, I mean, we saw Schoonmaker do some decent things in the passing game. I don't care about that. I'm ready to run some 12 personnel and actually threaten people. Oh, you're gross.
I'm ready.
You want to run?
You're going to need to run.
I know.
Sometimes.
Just today. Only today.
But you can't. But the thing is like, so the Cowboys went heavy 11 last year.
Mm-hmm.
That was their base, basically. You know why? Because nobody else gave a damn about your second tight end out there when you tried to pass on 12.
Scored the most
21
points in football, too.
It was ridiculous.
Oh, so good.
Fancy, smancy. I'm glad.
So good.
But to your point earlier about Jake Ferguson, people going to start respecting him. As a matter of fact, last year, you start seeing people being like, do we need to put a safety over there? Do we need to go nickel?
That was like Dak's
we need a
safety blanket. I mean, CeeDee still is. Like, he'll go to him every chance he can.
Right.
But Jake Ferguson, I feel like if it was 3rd and 6, it's third time.
Right. And so to your point, I'm trying to see. I know Brevin Spanford is he's active today. I think they're going to use him in the blocking game.
John Stevens is not.
Which
it says hamstring, but it's probably we're just counting how many we're going to use.
Absolutely.
What?
Anyway, I'm going to my next matchup. Okay. But you're right. Dak and the Dallas wide receivers versus this Cleveland secondary. Listen, this Cleveland secondary plays a lot of man. They remind me of a lot of how Dan Quinn mostly was. It's track meet with these guys. But your quarterback had the highest percentage last year against man coverage. So it's give and take. They will drop and do some zones sometimes, cover one heavy, whatever the case may be. And sometimes they bring a robber down, a safety to kind of cut off that the crossers. I actually talked to Brandon Cooks about that this week. And I was like, hey, this Cleveland secondary, they feisty. They like to put their hands on you at the line of scrimmage. And you know what he said to me? He was like, well, we some strong up too. He been a little.
That's a little bit of a salty question.
No, it wasn't a
because you're like,
salty
hey, the guys you're going against, you start giving them compliments, and he's like, screw them.
Well, number one, when I go in the locker room, I'm trying to give the guys an opportunity to teach me.
Right.
So when I'm asking him this, I say, how do you counter that from a wide receiver position?
Whereas when our Clarence Hill goes in there, he tries to tell him. He's like, look, Brandon, here's what you need to do.
I give them the opportunity to teach me, and I talk to him about them bringing a robber down with their safety sometimes, and he was like, well, it's our job to make them miss an open field. It's up to us. It's uno. So, again, I think that the wide receivers in this Cleveland secondary are going to have a battle. What
I think is a really big opportunity, because like you were talking about, man defense, they run it a ton, either the most or second most in the league last year. And, we watched wide receiver battle all throughout camp of who's going to be. Well, I guess we knew Jalen Tolbert had the leg up, and he'd been in the backyard a bunch. And I think to any starting NFL wide receiver that plays a bunch of snaps, I think to most of them, it's like, awesome. And even if it's like, you can say we're playing man defense, cool, with people watching over top of CeeDee Lamb, et cetera, et cetera. And so I'm interested to see if Jalen Tolbert can have a little bit of a game today.
Yeah, I wonder if there's going to be a philosophy change with the Browns offense just a tad bit. Well, defense just a tad bit. And I only say that because they were terrible in the red zone last year. Last in the league. Don't make no sense. How your defense that good, but they that bad? That means they were really good everywhere else.
Yeah,
but they were bad in the red zone. And I think it's because
man.
That's exactly why.
Man defense doesn't work in the red zone.
That's exactly why.
Pick play.
So I wonder if they learn from their mistakes. And maybe we see them disguise some looks or do some more zone in the red zone, because it just was a glaring hole last year with how good they were between the 20s, and they get into the red zone and they can't stop nothing. So, last matchup is going to be the Dallas linebackers versus the Cleveland running backs. It's Jerome Ford, Pierre Strong II, and Deontay Foreman. Also, too, you got to deal with David Njoku. I've been talking about him all week.
God, you love David Njoku.
He's a big part of their offense.
You love David Njoku.
I mean, come on. Y'all got to stop that. But anyway, they use Njoku in the flats. They do screens. They try to do some delayed stuff with him, just to delay screens and stuff with him. He has some run after catch ability. I'm curious to see if Dallas is going to allocate a safety to maybe do some things defending him. But if not, these linebackers are going to have to come out and cover.
It's a fun game. I think it's a super fun game. I was surprised that the favorite is Cleveland in Vegas. And then people tried to fight me on that. And it's 2.5 points, which means that's what you get for home field. And I'm like, right, who's the favorite? It's like, well, they're saying it's even. I'm like, no, they're not. They're playing in Cleveland. Who's the favorite?
Right.
It's like Cleveland's favored to win the game, and I don't buy it.
It's weird.
We could come back here in 3 hours or so for our post-game show with Vach Lombardi.
He's over there.
Who's just off screen, but Vach Lombardi will be a part of our post-game show.
Yeah.
Please hit the like and subscribe, by the way. We could come back in 3 hours, and I wouldn't be stunned if they lost to the Browns, because it's a good defense. I think that the Cowboys, I don't think you're going to score 30. It'd be really fun if they did.
Yeah.
But I think it's like a 23-17, 23-20, that sort of game. But I don't know. I have a hard time betting against the better quarterback. And maybe Deshaun Watson surprises, and he's healthy, and he's back to anywhere near
that's what they saying
2020 form.
I seen some reports yesterday, he's comfortable.
But that's also what we do. Best shape of his life.
We'll see. He might surprise us, but to your point, I don't know. I didn't understand when he got paid. I just don't get the whole Deshaun Watson saga. I don't understand how.
You want me to tell you what he did?
Don't get us kicked off.
It's allegedly, anyway. I mean, there's a lot of settlements, I think.
Don't say trash.
What? I'm not calling him trash. Oh, no, nobody called anybody trash. No. But thanks for all of you guys for being with us in the pregame. Congratulations to Dak Prescott.
Yes.
With all of the money. Please send in your thoughts on that contract. Do you think they paid him too much money?
Please don't.
Let me bait people.
Okay.
Let me have some fun. I am going Dallas Cowboys 23, Cleveland Browns 17. That's an official prediction for you, Aisha. Do you have a guess?
I hate predict. You know I suck. Y'all know I suck at prediction.
This is a pinky toe bet.
Okay.
You picked them to win.
I need my pinky toe.
You picked them to win 14 games accidentally.
It was accidentally. Okay, I'm just gonna go one above you. I'm gonna go 24-21 Cowboys.
All right,
I think it's close. I think Aubrey does this thing.
It's unanimous.
Give me my money.
The Cowboys are about to win. Congrats to Dak for the money, and thanks to 2i for the preview. Aisha Morrison, I'm Jeff Kavanaugh. Katya is over there. She hadn't thrown anything at us today, which is great. It's a sign that we were really on track today.
Yes.
Again, Vach Lombardi is off screen, the finest Cowboys content creator and analyst in all the land. He'll be part of the post-game show. So go get this dub. We'll see you guys in about 3 hours right here on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, wait, remember.
We all silly like the mayor.